Okay, these are organic decodes, meaning I just catch something that's interesting and I hit record after I notice a couple of connections. All right. And as I was doing another decode, I thought of this and I'm like, okay, this is Floyd Mayweather Sr. right here. Okay. So, former boxer, boxing trainer, most famous as the father of dominant boxer Floyd Money Mayweather Jr. Okay. And I was looking at his face. Um, and I don't think this is necessarily how the idea came up for this, but we'll like kind of cycle around and get there somehow. As I said, this is like organic. Okay. I'm just regular. I happen to have this gift of decoding. There's no agenda or nothing to this. I'm not here to entertain, okay? But you see Floyd Mayweather Sr., I'm like, damn, he kind of looks like Don King in the face just a little bit. And you get the boxing connection there, right? And he may not look exactly like Don King, but you know what's interesting? He looks for sure like Jay Prince. And you can see Jay Prince's birthday was less than 2 weeks ago on Halloween. James Prince, American record executive, music promoter, and talent manager, founded the Houston based Southern hip hop Rap A Lot Records. That's interesting because uh, yesterday was Scarface's birthday. And I did the Scarface It's Your Birthday on the Fly breakdown. And that's amazing too because Scarface, his last name is Jordan, like Michael Jordan. And look, this is James Prince, James like LeBron James. Isn't that's amazing, man? So you don't have to agree with me that they look similar, but I think they do. Uh, so here's Jay Prince right here. Okay. And again, here's Floyd Mayweather Sr. He really does have kind of like a Don King thing going on there. And you know what's amazing? And look, his birthday was right before Jay Prince. 12 days. You see that? So he really does got a face about him, doesn't he? So you could see Floyd. And you know what? Prince, like Jay Prince, like Don King. You get it? Prince and King. Here's Jay Prince again. Look, Prince and King again. Don King. And then that's amazing because his name's even Don, and you think about Donald Trump, right? Even Don King's birthday is 3 days before Kobe Bryant's birthday. So you got Scarface's birthday, November 9th. His last name's Jordan. You got Jay Prince. And that's amazing because that's like LeBron King James, huh? Damn. You got Jay Prince with the name James. His birthday's October 31st. And, you got Brad Jordan, who is Scarface, the rapper. And they were on Rap A Lot Records, weren't they? Wasn't Scarface? Is Scarface the rapper on Rap A Lot Records? And he was with the Ghetto Boys. Yes, Scarface is on Rap A Lot Records. You see that? And so that stuff is just kind of, we're already kind of like organically kind of like on the fly here, but then that's just kind of added on. Okay. And again, here's Floyd Mayweather Jr. He's 48 years old right now. Michael Jordan's birthday is the 48th day of the year. And man, that's amazing. Hold on, because that's the February. Oh, there goes the alarm. Told you this is organic. Okay, look, that's the February 17 birthday with Michael Jordan. Where did I see a February 19 birthday? Was it during this? It might have been during another. It might have been during another. That's amazing because Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s birthday is 1 week before Michael Jordan's. Look at that right there. And I saw a February 19 birthday, and it may have just been with another decode. I mean, that's amazing, isn't it? It is amazing. And so, you get that boxing connection, Don King, obviously with Mayweather Sr. and Jr. And, you know, these guys kind of looking like Jay Prince, and Jay Prince, Prince like King, right? And Scarface's birthday, Jay Prince's birthday, and Floyd Mayweather Sr. birthday all around the same time period. Something I did want to bring up is you have this YouTuber here, Carcino for Life, and I've pointed this out before. How I was always like, man, he looks like somebody, and he kind of looks like Jay Prince as well. And this guy hit big on YouTube because he was affiliated with Floyd Mayweather Jr. And that guy started off like talking about boxing on YouTube. I'm not like criticizing him or anything. It's just I think people on YouTube, they hit big because they're connected to certain people or related to certain people. Here's Floyd Mayweather Jr. And I'll put Carcino and I'll see if images pop up. Yeah, he's not really like a main stage guy. He's like a YouTuber, but I think he's got pictures of him, so they may not pop up on Google. But I think Carcino has pictures of him and Floyd Mayweather Jr. It probably won't just pop up on Google here. But if I put Carcino for Life, which he goes by, and you see the page there, we can go right here. And man, is it a famous birthdays? I don't think they give his birthday, but it popped up right here. Yeah, but there's no birthday. It says Carcino for Life, his birthday. Look when we click on it. And when we scroll down, look, it says in one of his oldest YouTube videos, he shared a scene of Floyd Mayweather Sr. So there's Sr. talking aggressively toward fellow boxers. One of his most and then, obviously he's branched off and he's getting big on YouTube now. And this is one of the guys that he'll go live and like there'll be like freaking hundreds of people in the live. His channel's like really growing. But I think this guy here, maybe we can use this image right here. I think this guy is connected to Jay Prince and maybe connected to all those guys that I just mentioned. I don't know. That image is probably going to pop up blurry right there. But you can see, I can anyways, I can see the resemblance between him and Jay Prince. And you don't have to agree with me, but I pointed that out before. And I'm not going to sit here and search for all the images that show how much they look alike. I'm not going to do all that. Wow, look, they got the same pose right there even. Look, isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing right there? And that's Carcino for life. I actually like his. I don't really listen to his videos anymore, but he used to do great. He's like a really good storyteller and telling stories. I don't know if he does that so much now, but he'll tell like stories that you may not have heard of about certain celebrities, and then it makes you think, how do you have these stories? Like, who are you? How are you around these people, right? Look at that. He's got the same pose as Jay Prince right there. So that doesn't even matter if the image is blurry. And then, obviously, connected with boxing. And I think he might have his own separate, like, boxing show. Look at this. Nate live with at Carcino for Life. And there he is right there with Floyd. Look, you see that right there? There he is right there with Floyd. And again, dude looks like Jay Prince. And again, Jay Prince, like Don King, Prince King. And, this kind of started right there because that's a Don King grin right there with Floyd Mayweather Sr. And again, Floyd Mayweather Sr.'s birthday, 12 days before Jay Prince. And then remember, Willie D of the Ghetto Boys, his birthday is one day after Jay Prince, and Jay Prince founded Rap a Lot. And it said Scarface on Rap a Lot, but I don't know about the Ghetto Boys. But obviously, that's that Texas Houston connection. Where the Ghetto Boys on Rap a Lot, and we're gonna have Wi-Fi problems, right? Rap a Lot, maybe. Okay, there we go. Searching. Yes, the Ghetto Boys were on Rap a Lot, and Willie D's birthday, November 1st, and then 8 days later is Scarface. You see how that works? And remember, Willie D looks like Barry Bonds. I may do separate videos on all of these. And Barry Bonds, you got the BB right there, like Bushwick Bill, who was in Ghetto Boys. BB, isn't that amazing? So yeah, I mean, so this is organic, and look, his middle name is William, like Willie D. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let me ask Google one more thing: is Jay Prince associated with boxing? Prince what? Look at that, Don King. Oh, it has James Prince. So look, there's a James Prince as well. Hold on, this is we're gonna. Oh, that is James Prince. Look at this. Look at this. Look, I told you we would come back around, didn't I? Prince was an avid fan of boxing growing up, being an amateur fighter and a fan of promoter Don King. He became a manager for boxers as a way to get into that industry. Is this Jay Prince, though? He's got the same James Prince name. That's a mic drop right there. That's a mic drop right there. Until next time.